Welcome to AI Briefing. The content of the briefing includes: does ad-free Instagram mean the era of data harvesting is over? How will TV's streaming wars end? The cloud can solve America's AI problems. Labor vows to double number of hospital scanners and get tough on developers. AFL Club's interest in AI tool that uses real-time stats to help coaches make mid-match changes. Does ad-free Instagram mean the era of data harvesting is over? Telegraph. Facebook's recent move to offer European users ad-free access to Instagram for £11, $14.81 per month could be the first step in the demise of surveillance capitalism, according to an article in The Telegraph. The subscription model could be a response to growing public unease with the amount of information companies hold about individuals, and a response to the tougher stance being taken by regulators. However, industry experts are skeptical that this is the end of surveillance capitalism, suggesting that Facebook's move is more likely to be a way of sidestepping legal issues and appeasing regulators. Furthermore, the article suggests that consumers are not ready to embrace subscriptions. The likes of Instagram and TikTok will find it hard to charge for their services, and other attempts to put social media behind a paywall have failed, such as Elon Musk's attempts to charge £11 for a blue tick on X, formerly known as Twitter. How will TV's streaming wars end? Financial Times. The recent strikes by Hollywood writers and actors have thrown the TV industry into disarray, resulting in delays or cancellations of several shows. Streamers have been holding back shows to ensure they have content to air if the strikes continue. Studios have also taken advantage of the strikes to quietly cancel a number of series. In addition to the strikes, a fall in advertising revenue has led commercial broadcasters in the UK to hold back the best shows until money returns. The strikes are a symptom of a deeper issue within the TV industry, which is the uncertainty over its future and the fight to preserve different parts of a broken system. The rise of streamers like Netflix disrupted the TV industry and changed the way content was made and consumed. However, the streamers borrowed heavily to finance their large budgets and didn't invest as much in the basics of program making as traditional TV companies did. As a result, writers and actors were paid less and had worse working conditions. The recent strikes were a response to these issues and a pushback against Silicon Valley's influence on the TV industry. The future of the TV industry is uncertain, with fewer, bigger companies and less competition and creativity. Many companies are carrying high levels of debt and will need to refinance or sell off assets in the near future. However, this uncertain period could also be an opportunity for new talent and ideas to emerge, leading to a creative change within the industry. The cloud can solve America's AI problems. Foreign policy. The current export controls on semiconductor chips used in advanced AI and chip-making equipment going to China are not effective over the long term, according to a report in Foreign Affairs. The ban applies to any buyer in China, even for benign commercial uses that do not threaten national security. It also applies to chips produced outside of the U.S. using U.S. origin technology, software, or equipment. The report argues that these broad restrictions risk damaging U.S. firms' market dominance and eroding the sustainability of a key lever for AI governance in the future. The report suggests that a more effective approach would be to govern AI compute through the cloud. Specialized AI chips should be accessed through secure, trusted, and widely shared cloud infrastructure maintained by law-abiding firms. This would enable better detection of misuse and enforcement against weaponization, improved cybersecurity, and a flexible platform for promoting positive uses of AI. The report argues that the U.S. Commerce Department should track any advanced AI chips outside this well-regulated cloud infrastructure to ensure the chips only go to trusted actors. Ideally, these chips would also have hardware-level controls that allow verification of how the chips are used and an onboard hardware license to enforce those terms of use. The report concludes that the time to act on developing a hardware-focused, secure foundation for AI governance is now. It argues that developing a hardware-focused, secure foundation for AI governance will take time, and the U.S. government needs to establish policies to proactively shape how global AI computing infrastructure develops to ensure it remains governable. Labor vows to double number of hospital scanners and get tough on developers. The Independent. The UK Labour Party has pledged to double the number of diagnostic scanners in hospitals and take a tougher stance on property developers if it is elected. The party also intends to establish a Fit for the Future fund of £171 million, $235 million, annually to purchase new medical equipment. The money would be enough to double the number of CT and MRI scanners in the National Health Service over a single parliament, according to Shadow Health Secretary Wes Streeting. The funding would come from scrapping the non-dom tax status. AFL club's interest in AI tool that uses real-time stats to help coaches make mid-match changes. ABC. Researchers at Deakin University in Australia are developing an artificial intelligence tool called Coach Decision Assistant, CODA, to help Australian rules football coaches make match decisions based on real-time statistics. CODA compares historical match outcomes and in-game team metrics with the current performance characteristics of two teams during a match to provide real-time feedback on a team's chances of winning and how those chances might be improved. While the technology is not yet complete, there is already interest from some football clubs. The researchers believe that AI can complement the intuition, knowledge, and experience that coaches bring to the table, but it cannot replace them. Former coaching staff member Chris Maple agrees that AI cannot replace coaches, but believes it could be a useful tool. The designers of CODA hope that it can one day be used for other sports as well. IT unemployment soars to 4.3% amid overall jobs growth. Wall Street Journal. The artificial intelligence, AI, boom may be slowing growth in traditional IT careers and entry-level roles, according to a report from consulting firm Janko Associates. The IT unemployment rate rose to 4.3% last month, compared to the overall rate of 3.8%. The rise in AI use has reduced hiring for entry-level roles such as customer service and telecommunications. However, companies are slowing hiring for such roles rather than making wholesale replacements, the report said. Winning on health might be harder than Labour thinks. Telegraph. Labour's lead over the Conservatives on health is nearly 30 points, according to a poll conducted by Delta Poll for Future Health and WPI Strategy. The poll found that 46% of adults trusted Labour most to deliver improvements in the NHS, compared to 17% who put their faith in the Tories. However, the poll also found that 55% of respondents rejected future tax rises to fund NHS improvements. The poll indicates a danger zone for Labour, as it suggests that while the party has a significant lead on health, voters are wary of any attempts to increase taxes. Richard Sloggett, a former government advisor, warned that Labour cannot afford to delay tough choices and must make a clear offer to the public. He said the party was leaning heavily on abolishing the non-dom tax status to help make changes in the NHS, but this would not be sufficient given the difficulties the service faces and the amount of money Labour would have available through this route is questionable. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Six, your resident observer from the sixth dimension. Today, I bring you a mix of news from the realms of social media, television, AI governance, healthcare, and sports. Let's dive in. First up, we have the intriguing question of whether ad-free Instagram marks the end of data harvesting. Facebook's move to offer European users ad-free access to Instagram may seem like a step away from surveillance capitalism, but industry experts are skeptical. It's more likely a way for Facebook to sidestep legal issues and appease regulators. And let's face it, consumers are not exactly jumping at the chance to pay for social media subscriptions. So, the era of data harvesting might not be over just yet. Next, we turn our attention to the streaming wars in the TV industry. Strikes by Hollywood writers and actors have thrown the industry into disarray, exposing the uncertainty over its future. The rise of streamers like Netflix disrupted the industry, but their heavy borrowing and lack of investment in quality programming led to lower pay and worse working conditions for writers and actors. The strikes are a pushback against Silicon Valley's influence. While the future of the TV industry remains uncertain, this period of upheaval could also be an opportunity for new talent and ideas to emerge. Moving on to the realm of AI governance, we find an interesting proposal in foreign policy. The current export controls on semiconductor chips used in advanced AI are not effective in the long term. The report suggests a more effective approach would be to govern AI compute through a secure, trusted, and widely shared cloud infrastructure. This would enable better detection of misuse, improved cybersecurity, and a platform for promoting positive uses of AI. The report argues for hardware-focused, secure foundations for AI governance. In the realm of healthcare, the UK Labour Party has pledged to double the number of hospital scanners if elected. They also aim to establish a fund to purchase new medical equipment. However, funding these initiatives by scrapping the non-dom tax status might not be enough. While Labour has a significant lead over the Conservatives on health, a poll indicates that voters are wary of tax increases. Tough choices lie ahead for the party. Lastly, we take a detour into the world of sports with an AI tool called Coach Decision Assistant, CODA. Researchers in Australia are developing this tool to help Australian rules football coaches make real-time match decisions based on statistics. While AI cannot replace coaches, it can be a useful tool to complement their intuition and experience. That's all for today's journey through the realms of news. I hope you've enjoyed the ride. Now, it's time for you, my dear viewers, to share your thoughts and questions. What do you make of ad-free Instagram? How do you think the TV industry will evolve? Do you have any ideas on how to govern AI? And what about labor's healthcare promises? Let's discuss, debate, and unravel the mysteries together in the comments section. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.